weather is the boss out here. Not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss out on this finished cross. Yeah, yeah. The weather is the boss. Coffee in a jar, frost on the shed roof, keys in my hand. Massey 35, waiting by the birch line. Old paint fading, still starts on command. Oh yeah, red tractors in the pines, working through the finished sky. From the barley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fire. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pine. Rain dust dancing, sun breaks the fall. Black soil turning under steel and slaw. 165 homes through the low wet ground. 399 holes as the swans swing around. Red tractors in the pine, working through the finished sky. From the barley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fire. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pines. Oh, yeah. Forest at our shoulders, fields at our feet. 4 old friends and a lifetime of weed. Red tractors in the pine, working through the finished sky. From the valley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fire. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pine. Red tractors in the pine. Chat keeps yapping about my life like it knows my every move, but it never stacked up birch pile high or pulled a stuck rig loose. Long field flat and frozen, breath hangs wide in the air. I got belly under blankets and diesel in my prayer. Weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. talking my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss. Clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss out on this finished cross. Yeah, yeah. The weather is the boss.
Get the driver.
Got
Boy.
you, asshole! B! Aim for the driver!
I am aiming. The driver is dead. Driver is out of the vehicle. Driver is out of the vehicle. Good day. Wheelbarrow man. Om det är lagt, ja, kan man se. I'm gonna switch this over later, but we'll do a little bit, just a little bit of chainsawing first. Just a little bit. We got fuel. Don't need much fuel because it's literally 2 small trees. Should be enough. Loader Optimus. Do a little chainsaw first. And a couple of dead trees that probably best to remove. Not very big ones, but dead ones. First one was here, I kind of noticed this one was dead. This little thing here, it's dead, so before it falls on our gazebo, we're gonna try to push this over somewhere here. See if we can cut a little bit and then push it over. We can drop it there. We'll see if it goes this way first. Kind of very small. Should be enough. Timber. Mini timber. Yeah, this is maybe we can get one firewood piece and then the rest is just like it's dead, so all these branches are very brittle. You can cut like one firewood piece out of it. This wasn't very big, but it was better to drop it here than it could smash the roof a little bit. So. Now the next ones are the 2 over there. That's also one of them is also dead. Texas chainsaw. Yep. Chainsaw man. This will just dump somewhere. It's just dead. dead branches. Now these two are a little bit bigger, but it's kind of the same story here. At least the left one is already like half dead. These ones will probably drop straight out in the garden there. There's nothing planted there, so maybe just simplest to get them down there. Maybe then leave this one. We can get it without that being in the way. Maybe leave that, or maybe not. We will just cut them all down here first. Notice the drone shots in starting. Yeah, we got some drone shots there. Oh, why is it gray screen now? Or is it just on my end? Or is it the chainsaw? Should be fine here. Maybe it's the internet again. Internet not having a best day. Seems like I'm pushing the beat right here. It was fine when we were there. Oh well, we'll just try to cut these two down. There's also like, I guess there's a power line there, but these shouldn't reach the power line. I think especially this problem here. Yeah, just straight out in the bush there. Straight out there. Timber. Then timber number 2. Oh, there's even more. Here's another one of these. Yeah, we'll give the room to these instead. Here's another one of like a maple tree. And there's also a maple tree. I'd rather have a maple here than this random birch. Cut these into pieces that we can haul out of here somehow. Somewhat. feet for the cutting, I think. Then the big job is to get all this out of here. Yep. So not very big trees. Then we just need John with the wheelbarrow guy, and we need to haul this out. The bigger pieces we can put in firewood pile, and the branches just get them somewhere out of here. Oh yeah, we didn't smack that one either. There is like the snake scaring thing there. But yeah, modem is screwing up again. Surprise, surprise. I didn't restart the modem today, so I need to buy a new modem. It's just, for some reason it works one day and then the next day it decides to not upload very good. But yeah, should we start with the branches or with the big pieces? We'll see when John arrives with the wheelbarrow. Don't want to drive with the tractor really here in the garden too much. It did rain a little bit earlier today, we'll see. It kind of made the dirt wet. It was only like 5 millimeters, so it didn't make anything like super wet, but a little shower. But yeah, that's gonna be better now. The other trees have room to grow there. This was just because, yeah, these were dying also, these birches, so might as well remove them before they hit my head. And there's that little bush. It's kind of dead at the top, but it's got leaves at least, so it's not completely dead. Det bara börjar haula här. Det där riktigt vid rot, där är ett par andra lönnar där och riktigt där nära, så det är bra att ta bort dem. Mm. Nu är det bara att fundera hur man får de här bort. Ska vi ta kvistarna först eller det som far till ved?
Jag kör kvistarna dina gårs bara liksom.
Då kan man dumpa de upp de bak, de som man brukar dumpa det.
Kanske ett kvistlas först.
Det är ju inte så mycket, men nu är det alltid mer än man tror, men ganska lite som tur. Det är toppen som var rutig för det är bara ved. Det var det rutigt. Det här kan du kanske duga till ved just. Det här var rutigt det där. Det var död, det där toppen är alldeles död. Det är bara att ta kvistarna och stacka. Så bra så mycket som man får, det väger inte så mycket. as much as we can get in the one wheelbarrow. It's gonna be a few loads. Stack them in. Stack them high. So here you can see in the forest I did cut down some small trees, and then this, now you see why I don't collect the small trees. It took me 5 minutes to cut this down. It's gonna take us probably an hour to clean this up. So it's like in the forest, it's not worth it to try to collect the small trees or the branches or anything like that. It's best just to leave them there, let them rot, fertilize the ground. Here it's like different when it's in the yard here or in the garden.
Yeah.
Here I can't just leave this, or I can, but it's
yeah.
better to stack it.
Better to clean it up.
Yeah, I can't leave it in the garden like this. It would be kind of messy. A little bit messy. Maybe we can get almost all the branches in one go. If we stack a good solid pile there, that's kind of balanced, so it doesn't fall.
Don't weigh much.
No, it's just awkward balance. I should cut that. That's all branches now, crap. Here it's almost only firewood. I guess a few branches. Yep, that's a big, make some sauna vihta. Here you can see these trees just falling in parts when it's falling down. Yeah, don't try to put too much, and it's better to go dump in between. Go dump a load and then take another load. Maybe dumpage time.
Yeah.
You can reverse straight out to the road there, then you have good room. Yeah, then we'll put this rest in the next load. Not too many branches left, but still too much for one load. Hello there, Marcus. But yeah, there's a branch, there's a few. Next load we get all the branches and then one load of wood, actual wood. Oh, I need to cut that. This one isn't even cut off here. And cut that with the chainsaw, and then yeah, the rest should be fine. There, I can cut that one a little bit. Fire up the chainsaw a bit here, get this. There's a couple of branches I didn't realize were there. Now it should be okay. There's still a lot of delay. Yeah, everything is kind of wet. I don't want to grab too much with these. Also, I think John had the waterproof gloves. Still want to do after this. We can do some like on the brush cutter. I'm gonna put the string attachment. Then we can trim some grass around here, around the edges. But yeah, there's a maple there. There's a maple there. There's a maple there. So those can grow instead of this dying birch. Or I could take the chainsaw away and take the better gloves on top here so we don't get wet gloves. I mean, there's a little bit left. Yeah, we'll take the chainsaw away, and then we can get the other gloves on top of these gloves so we don't get wet hands. This one is ready here. Oh, John already collected this, I guess. Yeah, this is gone already. This was just a very small one. But yeah, here in the garden we only cut like dead trees or trim the living ones if they grow too close to something, but otherwise it can just grow. These other types of gloves. Take a couple of these are like watertight. These are good to have on top of other gloves if you need. If you're yeah, this glove has like holes in it. Well, it's gonna be good enough for this, but this should go in the trash. It's got some holies in it. Holy holies. Jag måste ta sån här annars blir jag. Jo, det här ska ju roskis som jag satt en hål i handsken. Ser här är en och där är en. De här de ryms bra, den där lite ut men de här ryms bra väx här. No, ja, om du kelputtaa inte ved så är det ved. Annars är det bara. Du har tagit det mindre så jag bort i den. Där var en bit som gick till annars det var just det samma. Vart du förde inte det andra, det var bort så.
Ja, den förde den dit.
Det var bara, det var kanske ved och toppen var bara skit. Ja. Det som du, det var nu det så rutigt att det är just nästan kunna kasta bort. Men en kanske det hålls ihop till ved. Men det här är alltid bara. Här är bara kvist, de här kvistarna är bara, det är bara rojo. Sen är par pölli som man kan säga. Så nu kanske som nu hålls de är rutiga sig men de hålls nu ihop till veden. Men ja, det visste jag inte heller att det var. Kommer inte ens ihåg. Jag har 2 andra lönnar som en tar i rönnen sen jossain vaiheessa bort. Den där är nästan död där. Men jag förde nu sågen bort den. Den där längst tiden där, den är också död, den där rönnen. Men den kan ju vara där ännu.
Där kommer lönnar.
Ja, de här får växt, de här ja. De ryms ju bra här sen. Om det är avfallen där kommer bort. Här var den här limpöl, här kan man föra i rojo. Det är sånt som... Jag vet inte, det är rutiga. Det är sånt som jag såg den på rost i åren tidigare. Lite sådär halvrutiga.
Det var allt.
Här är nog kvisten. Här är en. Sen började det vara sen ett lass med veden nu. Now it's all the branches. Some pieces here. Then this is good. Garden is nice again. Not too much trash in there. Yep. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of firewood.
Sen ja. Om man får dem.
No, man får nog någon sån där poikittain där på styren nästan så får man. One more load. One more load. De var ja, det ena var död där och den. Potatoes are growing. And stuff in the garden is growing. Even this, the rabbit ate this like once, but lettuce always it comes like back, even if it's eaten. So stuff's growing, and we got strawberries coming. But yeah, today we can try to get the grass off there around the edges here. Put the string trimmer on the thing we used for trees yesterday. But yeah, it rained a little bit, so it's not super hot now, but and it's cloudy, but it's still, I only have this one and t-shirt and it's almost getting warm again, so no shortage of warm weather. If the sun comes out now, it's gonna be kind of like humid and sunny, then it's gonna be super warm soon, but still better to do this today than in a few days. It's gonna be maybe closer to 25, then it's gonna be even more not nice. Already some flies after a rain. Usually it's not windy at all now, so there's some flies, but it's just normal flies. There's still not too many like horse flies or things, which is nice. Usually this time of the year they start to appear. Vad är det för fågel som har sånt här ljud? Or is it birds? It's some animal. Huge sound. Det är mårdhundar eller är det fågel eller vad är det? Something is screaming. Now, let's load some firewood. See what would be the best way to load this. Is it better like this or the other way? Maybe it's okay like this. As long as you can grab there so it doesn't hit your legs. Or is it better like... Is it poikittain better this way? Maybe it's better this way. Because you have all the way there is wide. We have wideness. Yeah. Maybe that's still the better way. Ja, nu fan något i millan de där bara lite. Eller vippar det sådär att det inte tar i sten där. Där mitt på går det i alla fall, ja. Nej, sen de är bra med rum, de längre nog sen. Ska se tyngre, alltid, man kan se tyngre lite så att det blir balanserat. Någon tyngre his och någon tyngre his så att det inte drar åt sidan när det lyfter. There's a little bit of weight to this. This one can be heavier this way. Maybe. So the load is balanced. And put the heavy ones here so it's not heavy to lift. Nej, men nu är det björk alltid, färsk björk alltid. That's the last one, then we just need to... Det är tunga digar. These small ones you can just throw them here, they can just rot. But yeah, that's the tree pretty much removed. Now just get this to the firewood pile. Could be easier said than done. We'll see how well balanced the load is now. Maybe it's okay. Just a reverse somewhere. Guy is too long. Or is it the grass maybe that caught on it? I can hold it here so it doesn't here in the beginning. So we don't fall over here. It's falling off, it's falling off. It's always with the wheelbarrow, it's very hard to load some wood on a wheelbarrow. It wants to, like it's too slippery. If I put this one here as like a brake here, so it doesn't roll this way. Now it should be better. Now they can't roll this way. So now you can lift higher. And it should be better for you. Once we get out on the flat ground, it should be better.
It's a bit heavy load on this
It is.
wheelbarrow.
Once we get out to the road, it should be better. Det är inga balans här.
Lite diot.
Ja. Now there's more weight this way.
Ja.
Then it should be easier. When we go forward, it's probably better. Now it's probably better. It's balanced. You got all this grass.
Joo.
Now it's better. Yep. We balanced now, somewhat balanced. Yeah, there's more weight on the front, you have to push down all that.
Bit unstable load.
It sure is. We'll see if we can get up the hill if we need to switch a heavier log back. Slow and steady. Probably, is it easier this way or this way?
Tuo vedettä liihon.
Might be easier, yeah. unless the ground is soft there. Hopefully not. It didn't rain that much, should be okay. Heavy stuff. Speed! Oh yeah, it didn't stop. It didn't tip over forward. Just throw these in the ever-growing firewood pile. How's the turning abilities? Not so good. I put this a little bit, roll it back. I should put one heavy here, then it would have been better. But if we can get somewhere here, I can throw them anywhere there, it doesn't matter. Anywhere in the firewood pile.
Yeah.
Oh, I can dump them from here. I'll take this heavy off, let's see if it's much better now. It's much better now. More balanced maybe. This one was too much in the front. Let's throw this here. Ugh. Firewood in the firewood pile. I can just dump them here. Oh, you have to keep it. It's not staying. Not staying upright. There you could see how much work it was for one tree. This was a little bit bigger than what I cut in the forest, but it's so much easier to in the forest just cut the small down and leave them. Huge effort to try to pull them out. But yeah, now I'll go switch over to the brush cutter and trim around the buildings.
Yeah.
Throw these gloves away. One of these should go in the trash. This one has holes. That's trash. Trash, trash, trash. This one goes in the plastic trash. Switcheroo. Switcheroo thing here. I'll need the tools for this. Probably need some other things. Might need a little fuel also. This one, then we need the one from here. Where's the hole? Oh, it wasn't in the bottom. There it is. Up. Too tight. This one is really loosey. This one. This one comes off like this, so I can put it back the right way. Then we take this off. This guy needs to be changed to the bigger one.
Jaha, eller liga. Sådär.
No, it's good. This was really tiny, really loosey. These are normal.
Ja, det där är vänsterhängare.
Yes, we check inside here if there's some grease. I think there should be. In the kulmavaihe. I thought this was starting to have more sound. Might be wore out. Feels good.
Kommer man därifrån liksom.
Man kan se därifrån om de kan vara, de ska vara lite, man ska inte äta för mycket eller bara de är lite så räcker. Kan checka det just. Hirsna blir sån gräsig, måste man klippa bara såna här träd där. Eller är det bara sådär. Och lite skit på den där.
Är det sånt här som har torkat fast?
Jag vet inte om det är plåt en sån här form eller om det är något som har fastnat. Lättare att sätta på kanske. Det är på att det är alldeles för mycket. Nu börjar det bli varmt. När det är efter att det regnar så det är alltid varmare. Det ska inte vara något undint. Så det är några grader svalare, men så är det inte blåser något fukt ner 90% så är det samma sak. Man kan numerera så man kan periaatteessa såga utan det här. Och så, det blir sånt skydd att det flyger det när man sågar så stobbantalet i han. Det är som en boska som är många nära. Stadigt, de första stobban på det förra allt i det här som man såg längre och längre upp. Vet du. Så det är lite annoying det här men det skyddar nog att det inte flyger såna här.
Nej, det är ju liksom så. Måste man vara högre upp.
Om det bara är klingor skulle jag inte ta i något. Vet du. Fast det är så här liten stad att det stobbantalet i där så kan man inte styra framåt klingor. Now that's loose. Then we need to find the other bit for this. That is. I don't feel any glap there. It feels good still. We should check if there's some grease inside there. But first we can try to put the. Need to find the grass head. grass bits. They should be somewhere around here. It's this guy, then we hope hopefully this string thing works. It's all a problem to get this out. And then which should we put first, this or this? Let's see. I think this should go first because that came off after.
Joo, 25 där bytte större. Man får mm. Här fast.
This one and this, I don't know where this should go. Was this on this side or it should be on this side? I think it's gonna be like this. I mean this should be here. I think so. And then it's this way. Then just screw these same screws back in.
All hade liksom.
Now linar det upp. Then can you see a screw hole there?
Där någonstans.
Feels like it's close, but and it's this the right way. I think it's the right way. It should be this way. Definitely not. This has to be this way. Just need to slide maybe all the way up, or
Sen lite där liksom.
No, it's in the hole.
Ja.
A little bit back.
The first half again when I
Yeah, a little bit. Now when one is that far in, then the rest should go nice. Shouldn't be any big problems. Could be though. This is good with just the fingers and you get very good feeling when it's about to go in the threads. No, there it went. It was a little bit crooked. Now these should go. If these don't go now, then we're in trouble. With grass, you definitely want to have this. Even now, legs are gonna be completely green, because it flies. The grass flies everywhere when you blast off with this.
Yeah.
Even with this much protection, it's still flying everywhere. Definitely eye protection mandatory. Otherwise, shit's flying in the eyes. Especially now when the grass is wet. Somewhat tight so it doesn't fall off.
Yeah.
That's good. And this guy, I think this one goes the same. This one goes back there first, and then this goes straight on that. Pretty sure. And then this one needs to be tightened this way. Yeah, now it's going on. Lefty tidy.
Yeah.
And then now I need to block this from spinning. I think it's that simple. Now the only thing is if when this wears down a little bit, let's see if this works or not works. I have PTSD about this one also, and if the string is the right way inside. Man ska klämma in den där och så ska man dra ut det, så det klicks. Det är visst inte tajmat här gången, det har varit inte tajmat tidigare. Men först den där ledningen var inne i, det var fel, 2 gånger fel, så det måste inte vara båda åt samma håll in, det var ett AIKA-system där, det är ett rätt håll. Det skulle borde ta, men jag tycker att när vi satt nytt och nytt tråd i det så förhoppningsvis satt det så att det är rätt. Ja, man ska först dra lite tillbaka och sen klämma in det och sen dra ut.
Forward in dit.
Ja, men utåt ska man ha det nu sen. Let's see, we need to refuel. Proper refuel. And then this fuel is almost, yeah, there's enough for today. Then it's bad, then we're really out. Oh, it's leaking. The thing doesn't, so it doesn't, when it's there's a buckling and it gets like dry with the fuel, then it doesn't, like you see, it doesn't work, it just continues coming out. There's still a little bit left.
Gör det bilstängen liksom mot.
No. Works close enough. But yeah, now we'll try to fire this one up, and then when we do a little bit, then we'll see how badly the string is gonna fight us this time. Maybe not at all. Maybe it's correctly put in there. Oh, I need my harness thing also. This guy. And for this guy to go on, I need the stream thing to come off. This one goes on top of this one. Probably just like this. And this is on top of this. Need to put everything back in the right order. And I should really take, before I do this, should take the t-shirt off, it's way too much. Way too much clothes. Det var man tar den ypyr där som rasvar där. Så tror jag man får ta att det måste ta en liten rasvar. Vilket sånt vad det heter. Rasvar på det där ringen som det är inne i, så är det som flötar.
Vaselin.
Som flötar och börjar back and forth. Jag ser någon här lite.
Den är åt sen är det rätt stivare.
Det är lite kinko, ja. Men någon gång tar man någon gång så. Man hör nog på ljuden när det börjar bli fluskama slut bara fast det mukamas inte piiputtaa den där. Auto shut-offin toimarin. Men de är inte mycket kvar i det där, tror jag. Det var kanske en liten under lite kvar.
Ja.
Och det är bara bra så blir det inte stå. Så det behövs inte så mycket rörsågen. Det är nog inte. Vad är det för tid? Bulobasaur här. Man får i bevarskruvar skruva loss ja hela som man tar ut det. Så får man det ut ifrån.
Ja.
Då är som där nere var många spänt så ligger liksom, man hänger på så de får ryggen så större så det på hipsen är viktigt så det inte blir på axlarna så går det bra. Then this back maybe. Back everything up here. Now we'll try. Now we should have everything. Everything ready to go. Mä oon först runt det här buildingen, ska se runt halm, sen runt vid trädgårdslandet. Around everywhere. See how the string wears down. We don't let the threads become too short before we pull them out. Yeah, maybe we should try to pull them out already. See how that works. Should probably try it now. Because if they get short, then when you try to pull out, they go inside there. Then it's like a huge mess. Now you should like do this. This should be pressed in at some point. Then you're supposed to cord in. Cord in this way, but we want cord. Or should you just pull? I think it was like this, yeah. And then this should line up and come back out. But yeah, just push this in and then push this out. It should be that way, but now you need to find the right spot here. Like pull them out, and then the middle part is moving here, and this only comes out in one particular spot there. That was the tricky part. If it goes too far, then this doesn't come out anymore. I think that might be the spot there. Now maybe? Yeah, now this come out. Now it worked. So you can do it when they're pretty, now they're not too long. But quite often you need to do this when you hit concrete, it like wears it down pretty fast. Now it worked. Now I think the thread inside is the right way. It comes out easy. You just push this in, pull these both until it clicks. But it doesn't click on its own, so you need to be careful and look in there. Not the new ones have better systems here.
Ja, men man ser när det därifrån det håller liksom.
Joo, no nu råkar jag se jo. Now we're good to go again. It wears down pretty fast when you work against concrete. You just cut grass and I think it's not as bad. And then you can also, they're really long, they can break off halfway. Now it's working. Soon we just need to pull more string out again. Wears down right pretty fast. But yeah, that's the way it is. Especially when you hit metal like that, it can really wear down. Now it's fine. glass flying everywhere. Stinging nail. But yeah, it looks a whole lot better when you do this. Usually do this once per summer, maybe. Clean around the buildings a bit. You go around this building and around this and that. Pull out more string. You should probably pull out more string very soon. Here's our trailers with roofs. Still dry now after rain. Roofs seem to be working. But yeah, we should pull out more string. You should really shut down when you do it. Could do it when it's on too, but you really should shut it down. You can see it's steaming here when this gets warmer. Push in, pull out, and you'll see when we get far enough out. Might be right there. Maybe not. It's next click place. It's gotta be this one here. This one right there. Yep, there it goes. Then this does, it might hit here a little bit now. Pulled out maybe too much, but should work. Otherwise you have to cut those off. I guess it's gonna cut itself off. It's like too long now. Pulled out too much. It's impossible to get it back inside, so now we have to cut it off. And it's gonna tear itself apart. Now we need to cut off a little bit. I hate this straw trimmer system there. It's very bad. It's very bad, very bad. Now I need to cut off a little bit because otherwise it's hitting the shield. It's very hard to pull out just the right amount. There's gotta be some better way of doing that. I don't think I've done one single time where It's always something type of system. So now this is like too long, it's hitting here, so cut off a little bit. And it should work again. Because you can't push it back in. Like you can't push the string back in, so if you pull it up too much a little bit, then the only way to fix it really is cutting it off. Other than the feeding out mechanism, otherwise it works fine. Oh yeah, here we could have left, but there was some wild strawberries, but apparently the mower guy has mowed it, so now I'm just gonna mow everything here. Just när jag tog så där drog ut så just drar man lite för långt för det klick, så måste så tar det i det där plastret, så måste man klicka på med saxen ändå. Det är dåligt patent där. Det är så det tar man.
Kan man inte dra in det tillbaka?
Nej, man får inte stuva in det, det är tvinna in det, så man går inte att stuva in det. Man drar ut så det är styrt, så man drar det för långt. Så måste du få till nästa klick, så vet du. Det är hemskt dåligt patent, men det tar man nog. Som tur gör man inte mycket det här, för det skulle inte gå om man gör det här med, så det skulle inte bli något. Jag drar nu där ner så runt huset och lite runt trädgårdslandet. Om man inte drar mot betong så slits det inte så mycket heller.
Ja.
Kanske jag kan dra det där upp runt där. Man skulle mäta där hur mycket det är från toppen ner. Det tigertack. Hur mycket är det på en sida. Det är nog inte det bara 2,5 meter. Det får en sån plåt om man klipper den hälften. Det skulle vara, om det skulle vara 2,70 skulle det vara precis ju. Eller vad är hälften av 5,50?
2,75.
Ja, är det ena sidan 2,75 där? Det är nog ganska nära tror jag. Jag kan ta lite runt där så det är färdigt om man börjar laga det sen. Let's clean here a little bit. We might change this roof with the metal roof on this. See if we can yank this without taking it off. Yep. It's gonna be pretty close, I think. Oh, 280 would be minimum probably. It's gotta be pretty far. Maybe it's just gonna be one bit, then not two. But we should measure the other roof up there. That's probably similar out there. But it's gonna be one stump, and then maybe you can put like a half and like two. One long, and then there's stuff that's over, like 2 short ones will also fill. With a lot of overlap. Can take this grass out a little bit. Yeah, we're probably gonna maybe switch this to the metal roof here also. Put like, take these tiles out because they're pretty old and there's a lot of moss on them, and yeah. And we got the random tin now to build it. There's a lot of bugs there. There's like an ant nest underneath. Look at that, eggs. Ants have made an ant hill inside the old stump. Yeah, around the trash bin here we could clean a bit. Smoking. better. Yeah, when you hit that, really wears down on the things. Need to pull out more. Maybe we should do it here where we have access to scissors if we need that. Now we try to go slow, so we only pull a little bit. Maybe we can stop at each of these. There should be one right here. Oh yeah. Now we got it just a little bit. So there is quite close. You just need to pull this out. Nu lyckades det. Man ska ta bara lite sådär. 5 cent ungefär, 20 cent till sådär. Så det är samma som med första det där. Såna här raka blåa ska man dra ut det tillbaka. Nu kom det sådär mycket till bara. Så tar det en tid i det plasten.
Men det går inte
Så
att
där
se
mycket
om man liksom om man lägger det längre dit så går det inte att ta tillbaka liksom.
Det man måste få, om man inte får det här tillbaka så är det inte låst, så vet du, då kan du dra ut hur mycket som helst. Det där lockar, men så det, vad man klämmer in det först och sen drar man från de här, så ser man det tvinnar det blåa in dit från det svarta. När det kommer sådana raka sådana här strik så ska man prova få det här ut. Det kommer inte själv, de är fjädrar men det är så styvt att det här kommer inte ut tillbaka själv. Därför annars skulle man bara dra ut så klicks, men det gör inte. Det här kommer inte ut själv, man måste dra ut det så här. Det är så styvt det här. Det är styvt det där. Det kommer inte, man måste riktigt dra att få ut det. Men utom man drar runt huset så drar det runt trädgårdslandet.
Ja.
Så att jordgubbarna syns så lätt att plocka dit så behöver man inte marschera ut tisdagen. Go a little bit around the house here and some other places still. If you just cut grass and don't hit the concrete, then it lasts a lot longer. But yeah, that's a good way to clean the edges up. Looks a lot nicer. Stuck behind the pine. wild strawberries there. Leave that. That tree we could go around, then the garden, and not much more than that. Don't want to go overboard with this. Could go around every bush and everything, but we'll just do the poles and the rocks and like around the houses or buildings. I don't want to do too much of it. Here I can mow with the lawnmower close enough, so it's good. Don't really need to clean anymore. Anymore with this. pull out 5 more centimeters again. Around the greenhouse we don't need to do anything yet because we can mow all that. I guess around those, and then yeah, garden next. These I should be able to mostly, at least mow still. Now we'll see if we can get against 5 centimeters. Would be perfect. Pretty much there is the thing. That should be right on the money. Yep, now we know. So you can get it like, yeah, about 5 centimeters more out. Just need to be very careful with the when you pull the string out. Very easy to go too far. Clean up this edge and then back around the rocks there, I guess. Then the garden looks nice and somewhat clean. But yeah, as you can see, we get this grass like everywhere. Flies everywhere, even with this protective thing. thick here. So it looks a lot better like this. And yeah, I see red here. I see berries turning red. That's enough. We're not gonna go around the whole field. Where's our broccoli? It's in the mouth of a hare, a rabbit, some sort of critter. Long is our string now. Pretty good, yeah, when you go through just grass like this and don't hit any rocks or concrete or anything, it doesn't wear down nearly as fast. about to clean that. I don't know, you should clean something on top of these rocks. There's like a lot of stuff there too. At least this looks a lot better now. Cleaned around the edges. I guess we could do a little bit. Oh yeah, then I got the thing over there we could try to clean out. Simpler if we walk up here. Guess that's gonna be good. Just cleaning a little bit the stuff that's hanging over here. It's gonna look better when this all dries up and dies. But yeah, there's a few stumps I want to do more, then we're good, I think. Around the garden here we're good. did around the house. There's a one tree there. Then we're pretty much done actually. One birch here. And I think it's good. I guess there was the oak branches there we could still trim, but we'll do that another day maybe. Nu tror jag att det är ganska bra. De där ekvistarna som kunna med häcksaxen klipp där upp. De där som sticker ut, de som kommer för nära det där. Man tar bara med det där saxen och klipper av dem. Alla de som är där så att det blir 1 meter, 1,5 meter rum där så klipper bara av ändarna. Ja, trimmar av alla de där som kommer för mycket där. Snappar off dem. Det går med den där gula saxen tror jag. Mosauttaa av dem men. Så jag ska bara trimma runt kanten. Trimmed. Ja, de är nästan så bara man trimmer, man klipper den så riktigt tunna och står inte trä så mycket damaga liksom. Oh yeah, we gotta make that longer still, but we can take our these guys, we don't need the protective stuff. Loader scully. Take some gear off. I can pull this out so it's ready for next time. Get this one longer here. Push in, this is very stiff.
Man ser det.
Ja, så när kommer sån här, inte sån där, men sen kommer sån där. Så nu kommer sån här flat. Så ännu lite. Så där, så nu linar det upp att det blå ungefär rakt med det där bakom det där mitt. Nu ska det börja komma ut.
Så far det ut där liksom.
Now I can pull it out. Just getting most of this grass off here. It's wet grass.
Kaapi det oli sellainen.
No, det är bara så lite bara. Ja. I need a screwdriver for the inside. Otherwise gloves get wet. There's probably an extra kilogram of grass right here. Could have done this on a dry day, but it was nice and cool today, so even though it rained this morning, we did this now. I would probably not want to mow lawns in this when it's this wet. Like this one still worked pretty well, even in the wet grass. Huit on di samasta täällä borttiin, onko se on? Just get the most of it off here. I'm gonna leave this on here because next thing I'm gonna do is probably this maybe. I usually don't do this like maybe once or twice per summer, so. But still we did all the forest work with the blade on here, so probably gonna do this before I do the blade cutting next time. I guess next thing would be, yeah, next summer we're gonna do more brush cutting in the forest. But for this year, I think we're done with the brush cutting. Yeah, now it's relatively clean. Then we should really check this if inside here, if there is some, there should be some grease inside here. It might be quite liquid now when you just ran it. Try to get it open. I think it was whatever that is. Whatever size, we could try it with just this one. Oh, is there no wrench here at the moment? Somewhere else. And we won't try because this is probably. Or is it? No, we don't want to hook up to this guy. Is this the right size? Probably not. No, it's bigger than this. It's bigger than 17. That's the biggest we have here. Well, I need to get like a bigger wrench, but we can check that just before I do anything next time. But there used to be a wrench here, but it's not here. But yeah, it's good. Guess we can check what John's doing. John's trimming the oak a bit here. Gotta use some force. Trim the oak, it's growing out in our car maintenance place. Yeah, chop a few away like that. Now it's a few of the low ones and it's better. Then you can walk here. Not get blocked. Oh, I should take my harness off. Don't need this now. Harness for brush cutter. This phone needs to be cleaned up properly. It is pretty dirty. Yeah, that low one you can take, then it should be good, then you can walk there. Trim the oak. It's pretty thick already, yeah, it's grown a lot. That tree has like literally doubled in size in like 2 last years. Very much bigger now. Now it looks pretty good, I think. Now there's nothing like coming in your face when you're walking there. And then there's a room, then you can do, you almost have to do this probably every year almost. Trim it a bit. Yeah. Yep. It's grown a lot in the last few years. Oh yeah, forest grass, you should even move this. Yeah, I just had it in the same place. You can move this, it says forest here and grass here. Maybe it allows this to be lower with grass. I do as well little grass that I can have it here all the time. Good stuff. Yep. This back somewhere. Well, I don't need this right now, so I could put this back somewhere else in here. The machine can be here. this one and the hearing. We could use this for other things, and protective glasses. Put them in another shed. You can probably see if John needs help still. The branches out. And now sun is coming out, so good that we got this done before it gets warm again. The next few days it's gonna be probably warmer again. Wait for the follows, guys. Oh yeah, one last wheelbarrow of branches. Seems like every year need to trim a little bit in some place. Not too much, but yeah, now we can walk. This one tree was starting to grow inside here. Now it's trimmed back a bit. This, once this grows a few more years, it's gonna be, if you're like a young person, you can get the good climbing in this tree. Grows a little bigger, you can climb all the way up there. Some big branches. It's got room to grow to all sides, so it grows like length but also width when it's like an oak. Oak trees like to grow in all directions if there's not other trees on the sides. Big oak tree now. Yeah, I see the internet is crapping up again. I really need to buy a modem. Seems like this one, if I don't restart it every day, it's gonna do this. But it's not really uploading good. But yeah, thanks for watching today. We just did a little trimming here at the farm. And the next stuff will probably be, we probably could go somewhere biking again. We haven't been biking in a bit. So it might be biking time. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.
Chat keeps yapping about my life like it knows my every move, but it never stacked up birch pile high or pulled a stuck rig loose. Long field flat and frozen, breath hangs wide in the air. I got belly under blankets and diesel in my prayer. Weather is the boss out here. Not some screen, not some talking my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. Weather is the boss out here. Not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss. Clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss out on this finished cross. Yeah, yeah. The weather is the boss. Great dawn bread, coffee in a jar, frost on the shed roof, keys in my hand. Massive 35, waiting by the birch line. Old paint fading, still stops on command. Oh yeah, red tractors in the pines, working through the finished sky. From the barley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fire. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pine. Rain dust dancing, sun breaks the fall. Black soil turning under steel and slaw. 165 homes through the low wet ground. 399 holes as the swans swing around. Red tractors in the pine, working through the finished sky. From the barley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fire. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pines. Oh, yeah. Forest at our shoulders, fields at our feet. 4 old friends and a lifetime of weed. Red tractors in the pine, working through the finished sky. From the valley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fire. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pine. Ooh, red tractors in the pine. Chat keeps yapping about my life like it knows my every move, but it never stacked up birch pile high or pulled a stuck rig loose. Long field flat and frozen, breath hangs wide in the air. I got belly under blankets and diesel in my prayer. Weather is the boss out here. Not some screen, not some talk in my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss. Clock says go, but the sky screen, now I'm talking my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, I toss out on this finished cross. Yeah, yeah. The weather is the boss. Great dawn breath, coffee in a jar, frost on the shed roof, keys in my hand. Massey 35, waiting by the birch line. Old paint fading, still stops on command. Oh yeah, red tractors in the pines, working through the finished sky. From the barley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fine. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pines. Rain dust dancing, sun breaks the fall. Black soil turning under steel and slaw. 165 homes through the low wet ground. 399 hauls as the swans swing around. Red tractors in the pine, working through the finished sky. From the barley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fine. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pines. Oh, yeah. Forest at our shoulders, fields at our feet. 4 old friends and a lifetime of weed. Red tractors in the pines, working through the finished sky. From the valley to the rye, and the spruce that scrapes so high. 35, 165, 399, still pulling fine. 645 by the front of the line. Red tractors in the pine. Red tractors in the pine. Chat keeps yapping about my life like it knows my every move, but it never stacked up birch pile high or pulled a stuck rig loose. Long field flat and frozen, breath hangs wide in the air. I got belly under blankets and diesel in my prayer. Weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talking my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I plan, I push, I cuss, coastline holds the hillside where the saw sings half the day. Skis lean by the back door, waiting on a clear blue spell. I read the clouds like scripture, more than any manual. The weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talking my ear. From the grain to the gray old moss, clock says go, but the sky says stop. I play and I push, I cuss, I toss, but the weather is the boss. Frost, flood, hail, thaw, I just dance to what I'm dealt. Oh yeah, you can tell me what I should do, but this land decides itself. Weather is the boss out here, not some screen, not some talking my ear. From the grain to the gray